So this is 2Forts, one of the most iconic things in not just Team Fortress 2, but in the history of pretty much everything. Like, it's up there with Nuketown, Hijacked, Classic Pool, the Pyramids, Greg's, the Chicago Rat Hole. Another fact of life is that if you own a computer, TF2 is in your Steam library, regardless of whether or not you've actually downloaded it before. It's always there, lurking. But the thing is, right, so a little bit of Eclaw for you. Recently, I've gotten into playing TF2 again. Now, am I any good at it? Nope. But still, I'm having a lot of fun. I'm being filled with joy and whimsy. What the fuck happened to this sniper? What happened to it? Oh, and of course, how could I forget? In the big 2026, you fire up your computer. You load into TF2 and click on the community tab. 2Fort everywhere. You'll stumble into a 2Fort lobby instantly. Though, the thing is, right, so after doing a little bit of dicking around with my Discord kittens in 2Fort for a few hours a couple of nights ago. Okay, what random shit are you about to do?
Watch this.
Okay.
What
the fuck? Okay. I had this question pop up in my brain. Fuck it, let's call it the burning question, the golden question. Where does all of this water come from, huh? Like, 2Fort's water is an iconic part of the map, but where does it come from? Like, water can't just, like, metamorphosize out of nowhere. That's not how water works. Is this a question that no one's ever asked before? Yeah, but today we're gonna find an answer. Person watching this video, welcome to the great 2Fort water dissection. Okay, now to start, I think it would be a good idea to get a little bit of a lay of the land, you know, because like the thing with 2Fort is that it's really easy to get consumed by the chaos of the map. Because like, I mean, like, come on, like how can you not? I mean, this map is the manifestation of a 2026 ADHD child's brain.
Prepare thyself.
This pyro is fucking my ass. But hear me out for a second, right? Because, like, surely the original architects and builders and the workers who built 2Fort, like, surely they made a floor plan or something, right? Like, so they could visualize what they have to do. Well, yeah, they did. And good news, person watching this video, your boy, look at this. I got my hands on it. So I think we should dig in. Now, if you know ball, then you know that 2Fort is divided up into three, let's call them main areas. You got your blue spawn, your red spawn, and the bridge. But the thing is, right, so like looking at this floor plan now, you know this bridge? It's making me start to feel that this bridge, it's not like it's just like a bridge on a map in a video game. Nah, I'm starting to think that this bridge is the bridge. I reckon it's one of the most important parts of all of 2Forts. Because, like, looking at it now, this bridge, it physically and metaphorically bridges the map together. Like, if your team manages to take control of the bridge, you can stampede all the way into the enemy's living room, pretty much. Yes, finally, you can shoot those awful, disgusting snipers in the back. Fucker! Yeah. If you're somebody who does this, I hate you. But, okay, cool. So the interesting thing about this bridge is that it's not actually the be-all and end-all of 2Fort. Like, it's not like you take the bridge and then like, oh wow, yippee, you've won the game. Wow, cool. No, you see, there's another way to get into the enemy's base. A sneakier way. My way. The way of the rodent. You see, if you jump off the bridge for whatever reason, I don't know, maybe it's getting too hectic, maybe you got air blasted, maybe you've been a little bit of an idiot, like me, this is the one I do. You're gonna end up in the water underneath it, proper gravity type shit. But then, you're presented with a choice.
Which way, Team Fortress 2, man?
Yeah, to both sides of you, there are these sewer pipes, and depending on which team you're on, the one will let you scamper your little legs all the way back home, and the other one will hopefully let you scamper all the way into the enemy's base.
You're probably gonna get back shots from an engineer's turret.
But still, hey, maybe you get lucky, and let me tell you, as a scout main, as a professional rat, I love this shit. It's so much fun. Like, if you've been hit in the back by a fish on 2Forts,
yeah, good chance it's been by me.
I know the human being and fish.
let's think about this for a second, yeah? Because like all this water coming out the sewers and under the bridge, as I said, it can't just metamorphosize out of nowhere. And you know what? Looking at this building plan, okay. I think we're onto something.
Okay, so apparently if you jump in the water and follow the sewer pipes all the way to here... Grates. So this is where the water's coming from. Okay, interesting. Shit, okay. We've opened one door, but what's behind it? Another door. So these grates are covering pipes, yeah? Because that's what grates are meant to do, like average grate type beat. But if these grates are covering pipes, where do these pipes go? Like what are they connected to? But then also, like, what if, like, on the flip side, what if the water under the bridge itself is supplying water to somewhere else?
Maybe we're looking at this wrong. Like, to solve the Rubik's Cube, maybe we need to flip the Rubik's Cube upside down.
New theory. So if the grates are game theory A, let's call this game theory B. 2Forts water isn't coming from anywhere. Nah, it's the main source and it's going somewhere. It's like the source of the River Nile. So let's have a look at this.
So here's the water under the bridge. Like, we've all been here. But the thing is, right, if we look closely, see that? That's a sheet metal wall. Like, it looks like it's full of tetanus.
Who would win in a sheet metal eating contest? Jackie Kennedy versus Heavy from TF2. Leave your answers in the comments.
But you want to know what I'm thinking now, right? What's behind these walls? Like, next thing you know, we go behind them and then like, okay, case closed. Like, it's a river, or like, it's an ocean.
Shit. Okay, so the water just kind of ends. All right, cool. I mean, like, what about the other side? Maybe it's coming from there. Nah. Shit. That ends too. Though, hang on a second. Wait. Okay. Don't you think that looks like the edges of a canal wall or something? Okay, let's keep this in mind.
As for game theory B, though, yeah, I think we can rule it out. So, back to the Grates. Game theory A. 2Forts water is coming from somewhere. But where? I think I need some time to think.
As minutes turned into hours, hours turned into days, and days turned into centuries. It's a question that plagued me. Every waking moment of my life, this question was floating in my brain. But then, as I was no-clipping around the map, I made a discovery. Wait. Is that a water tower?
Yeah, so this thing, yeah, it's not on the original builder's plan. I don't know how they got permission for it, but like regardless, that doesn't matter, because what really matters is that this is what we call in the industry a breakthrough. Because, well, what do water towers hold, person watching this video? I really don't think I need to answer that question.
I do want to try to figure out what kind of water tower this is, though, so we can work out how it all works.
Now, I'm not a plumber, but if I was, I think I'd be a bloody good one. Hi, I think I've been able to work out what kind of water tower this is. Now, I think it's called an elevated steel water tank, and full marks of creativity. But more importantly, how do they work? How do they work? Well, and I promise this is coming from my brain and not from the diagram on screen. Don't look at that, look at me. Water gets pumped. Again, this is coming from my brain and not the diagram. Water gets pumped from a pump station into a reservoir, the big dome thing. And then because of like pressure building up and like science shit and like gravity and like all that type of stuff, the water goes out an output pipe. So basically, water goes in, gets stored in a reservoir, and then because of pressure, the water goes out again. Cool, that's how water towers work. And looking at this water tower, there's like a big pipe underneath the reservoir. So that makes my mind think that there's like two smaller pipes in it, which is like there's an input pipe and an output pipe. So you know what that means? You know what that means? Case closed, person watching this video. We done it! We have figured out where 2Forts water comes from. It comes from the big water tower thing. So we done it. Case closed. Cheers, person watching this video. No, there is one more thing I just want to check quickly.
Are water towers connected to the sewer system?
Think about your question for a moment. Why would water for people to drink be connected to the sewer system? No!
David A. Kelly, we're back where we started. I have no answers, no theories, nothing. Is the water actually the source of something? No. Is the water coming from the water tower? Well, oh no, but that water connects to the clean water supply. And sewage water is dirty, so no, think about your question again. Oh no, I don't want to drink sewer water. What the fuck are you, some woke blue-pilled beta cuck? Wow, we know where 2Forts tap water comes from now. Yes. Yeah. Where does this water come from, though? I don't know. It's up there with the question of what is the meaning of life at this point. 2Forts is a shithole. I hate the fucking place. Okay, person watching this video. Look, we need to think. I'm not going to let this stump us. Okay, we need to use our brains, okay? So, what are we looking at? We're looking at water, right? Water. Or aqua, H2O delirious from the Vanos crew. Okay, sewers, right? Sewers have to go somewhere. Like the sewers just like can't appear out of nowhere and then just like go nowhere. Like they have to go somewhere. Like a sewage facility or like a poo factory. I've played City Skylines before. I know how this shit works. And wait, hang on. Wait a minute, right? So like these kinds of sewage plants, they have to be kind of close, like in kind of close proximity to a city or a town or something like that. So what if there's a town close to 2Fort? What the fuck is 2Fort?
Okay, cool. Yeah, well, thanks for letting me know, and yeah, be sure to call again. Cool, thank you. Cheers, man. Bye-bye. Okay, so good news, person watching this video. That was a real estate agent in 2Forts, and good news. They sent me a whole bunch of stuff about the place, like some cool things. I'm thinking about moving my family there, like moving into one of their brand new gentrified neighborhoods. But like, that's besides the point. What's really important is that the real estate agent, they gave me quite a bit of info on 2Forts. Now, 2Fort is a city in the United States of America. If you want to put on your give me specifics hat, a very fertile agricultural area of the New Mexico Badlands. It's got a population of 1,280 apparently, and it's got a lot of history too. Okay, so reading from the document the real estate agent sent me, apparently 2Fort, it was founded in 1847 by a guy called Claude Huggins, the lone survivor of a bear attack. He built the town on top of his wife's skeleton. Was she mauled by the bear? I don't know, but apparently it used to be called Hugginsville, but a few years later, a couple of teenage bullies rolled up and they made him change the name from 2Forts to 2Fort. Yeah, too far. Okay, it's better than 6-7 land, I guess. But eventually, yeah, Claude, he ended up changing the name back into 2Fort again. Oh, another thing reading here. Apparently, between 1968 and 1971, a mall Santa training facility was blown up. What? Can you believe it, my little elf? This child sent Santa a present this year. Perhaps the youth aren't so bad. Anyway, more importantly, the big reason why I'm thinking of moving my family to 2Fort. I reckon that this place is the spark our investigation needs. Because I really think we're onto something here. You see, another thing the real estate agent sent me before he joined me was information about what purpose 2Fort, this one, what purpose it serves. Now, apparently, it's a mill. Mills have no water generation facilities in them. They're not what they're designed for. Mills mill things. So again, the water has to be coming from somewhere. Somewhere like a town close to it, like 2Fort. Towns have buildings. Apparently, there's a nice mall in 2Fort. All very cool. But what do all of these buildings and that type of stuff, what do they all have in common? They need a place to send the poo water. Now I know, like back in the Victorian times, people used to poo in the street and like poo on peasants, but like we don't do that anymore. We're civilized. This is a question that every single place on Earth needs to solve. And I reckon if we connect the dots, we can find an answer here. So, looking at everything I've jotted down, right? 2Fort is in the middle of New Mexico, and it was founded in 1847. So that makes me think that the sewage infrastructure, like it's not very high tech, you know. We're not talking sequencing batch reactors or moving bed biofilm reactors. Now, God, no, we're probably talking like old lead pipes. Like pipes, like full of fucking lead, and they're probably disgusting. Then also, right, like remember how the real estate agent told us that 2Fort is really, really fertile agriculturally. That makes me think that, sure, like while 2Fort is built on Claude Huggins' wife's skeleton, below that skeleton, I reckon that there's a shit ton of groundwater. And wait, thinking about it now, right? I reckon that 2Fort pumps water from this groundwater source into their homes and buildings and all of that type of stuff. And then the dirty water, like the poo water, the water filled with piss and shit, it gets pumped out, goes into like an output pipe with like storm water runoff and that type of stuff. And then it goes somewhere. It has to. It can't just like all collect in the pipes. Now, God, no. It has to run off to somewhere. Now, most of the time, these kind of pipes run into the ocean or a very big river. But problem, brother, we're in New Mexico. What ocean? I think that only leaves us with one option. An isolated, industrial type place where nobody lives in the middle of nowhere. A place like 2Fort, and hang on a second, right? The water in 2Fort, it's not like it's clear or anything. God no, nah. It's murky. It's a weird kind of grayish green sick color. It looks like it smells really, really bad. You know what this is?
It's poo, isn't it? That's poo.
So now, if we take all of this and like mix it together, combine it with that canal stuff I told you to keep in your mind earlier, you know what? I think we've done it. I think we solved it. I think we've worked out where 2Fort gets its water from. My money is that this water, it's the remnants of a dried up canal that is now sustained by the sewage from 2Fort running all the way down pipes, out the grates, out the sewers, and ending up here. Like this lake of turd, this pool of poo. I think we're done, person watching this video. I think it's time we celebrate, you know? Cheers.
Except, it's not over yet. You see, after marveling in my genius, a genius that generates its own gravity, something popped into my brain. A great oversight that had the potential to completely dismantle everything we had worked so hard to discover. What about these water lilies? Now, you person watching this video, I'm not going to stand here and pretend that I'm like some beacon of water lily knowledge, like I'm some expert, because I'm not. I don't even really know how they work. Like, I know they like to vibe on water, but like that's the extent of my knowledge. But thing is, right, I don't think it's a crazy take at all to say that water lilies shouldn't, like, they probably don't like to live in poo, like in sewage water, but like here they are nonetheless. So How does this work? Come on, person watching this video, we need to think. I refuse to let this stump us. We need to find a way to solve this puzzle. Like, the pieces have been presented. Like, how do we put them together? Okay, let's think. Okay. I think there's only one thing left for us to do. Can water lilies survive in sewage poo water? The ability of water lilies to purify water cultivates and end water contaminating water. Is this it? Is this the breakthrough we need?
Yeah. I think it is. So I'm not going to get into the, let's call it the nitty-gritty of all of these research papers because like there is a lot, and I mean like a lot, like there's a lot here. But shout out to all the authors, by the way. It's thanks to you that we are able to diagnose water lilies in a video game. But TLDR for you, these research papers, they go in to a lot of depth, talking about how water lilies and other aquatic plants can be used by scientists to help decontaminate and purify, like, I don't know if let's just say purify, it's an easy word, purify wastewater, because these kind of plants, they love living in nutrient-rich water, and apparently they can absorb some contaminants too. I mean, cool, science type shit. But a slight problem though, these studies, they largely talk about these like plants like water lilies and other aquatic plants being put in a place by somebody and not them just like showing up in a poo pool one day. But like, you know what, you want to know what my headcanon is? Remember the like dried up canal? I reckon that one day these water lilies, they floated downstream and then they just like congregated, and then the canal's dried up and they don't have anywhere else to go, so they've just kind of stayed here forever because they floated downstream. But the thing is, where does this take us? Well, I was wrong. Water lilies can survive in sewage water. But you want to know where this gets really, really real? Okay, so remember when I spoke to that 2Fort real estate agent? I forgot to mention something. You see, they sent me an email, kinda a cautionary one. Hello, the beak. So glad to see you taking an interest in some local property and the continued development of the area. Probably isn't the best idea to drink the tap water though, because if you didn't know, 2Forts tap water is filled with lead. Yeah, the last guy to drink it had a really bad reaction. But it's no biggie. All it does is give it a bit of a bad taste. The other guy, he probably just had as I said, a really bad allergic reaction to something. Hope to hear from you soon. Toodles. Yeah, so on top of being filled with sewage and poo, this water is also filled with lead. So, like, not very good for water lilies, right? Wrong! Apparently, and according to this other study I found, water lilies can absorb lead and other heavy metals into their skin. Shout out determination of lead-2 and cadmium in water lily stems using a bismuth-filled electrode by Monthera Somkid and Pripach Chuto. Shout out those guys. Now, how they managed to, like, evolve, how they managed to evolve to get that shit right, I've got no fucking idea. But more importantly, water lilies can survive in lead-filled water, and now even purify it a little bit too. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing lead-filled lily pad and the poo-flavored water. But hey, maybe we were wrong. What if 2Forts water isn't as pooey and as leady as we first thought? Maybe it's misunderstood. The most painful thing is being misunderstood by the people who actually matter. Like unemployed people trying to work out where I get my water from. And maybe, just maybe, instead of being 99% poo and lead, it's 98.9% poo and lead. And that's good enough for me. but you know what, right? Like, I think we finally solved it. Like for real this time, with a little bit of garnish too. Like a question that no one has ever asked before finally has an answer. So where does 2Forts water come from? Well, two places. The remnants of a dried up canal and the town of 2Fort pumping their poo lead water into it. As for the lilies, well, if anything, this is the perfect environment for them. Lilies thrive in nutrient-rich water. And what's more nutrient than a quagmire of turd?
and metal.
Yes, person watching this video today, you and me, we did good work. I salute you. Thank you for joining me on my environmental expedition. On to the next one.